What's up,
What's up,
everyone?
everyone?
Welcome back to
Welcome back
Legends
to
of
Legends of
Survival, the
Survival,
show
the
where I'm
show where
bringing
I'm
true
bringing
stories
true
to me
stories
brought
to
to
me
you
brought
by
to you by
Resilient. I'm
Resilient.
Abram.
I'm Abram.
I'm Dwayne.
I'm
I'm
Matthew.
Tillman.
You heard that
You heard
right.
that right.
We're talking
We're
about
talking
Pasquale
about Pasquale
Bazzelli, an
Bazzelli, an
architect, a
architect, a
survivor, and some
survivor, and
cause
some
now live a
cause now live a
servant.
servant.
Not just
Not just
metaphorically,
metaphorically,
this guy
this guy
actually
actually
served
served
down
down
20
20
stories of
stories of
concrete, steel, and
concrete, steel, and
chaos
chaos
and survived the
and
fall from
survived the
North
fall of
Tower.
North Tower.
Could you imagine that falling from, was it 22 feet?
22.
20
20
stories.
stories.
20 stories down from a tower. Like, you know how scary that would be, just feeling everything around you collapse and fall down. Like, I don't know how you handled that. Cause, yeah, like, could you imagine that experience that you just falling for straight 20 floors, 20 stories, like, with nothing to grab onto or
Bro,
holding
he
you,
was like,
like, none of that.
he's awake when this happened. Like,
He was
Right.
conscious.
Was conscious too, man.
He didn't pass out or nothing. He literally felt all of that. I wonder if it was hot or like cold, or like how it felt when he was falling.
well, then it was like, he had like, only injury he had was like a broken leg.
True. Just a broken leg when he felt that sound. Yeah. Wasn't he working on the 64th floor? So I'm pretty sure from the article we read, it said he was working on the 64th floor, and he had walked down 44 trying to escape the tower because he knew it was going to collapse because he had seen the other one
When it
collapse.
started coming down.
Yeah, and then it had started falling. Yeah, that's crazy. A regular guy, new dad, probably just up sipping coffee, and then next thing you know, he got to run for his life downstairs. The stairs fall under him.
But if you gotta like think about it, it's like this is a 110-story building, like thousands of tons of debris, like just everywhere, and it's probably hot, and somehow like he ended up like on top of like a pile of like randomness, like
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Like everybody
Everybody
around
around
too.
too.
He
He
was
was
on
on
survivor
survivor
too.
too.
Well, was there people around him? Was he
It was
just
like a
It was
couple
like a
of
couple
people.
of
He
white
wasn't,
people
he
that
wasn't the only survivor, but like, it's just the way he survived. Cause remember, it was like his wife was like looking for him, or like, or something like that, and
He had some co-workers
like
downstairs
it was like they saw a man like on top of like a pile of rubble or whatever, and he was like, it was the lady's husband. It was crazy.
in the stairwell.
there.
But no, the
No,
first
the
plan
first plan
is
is
to build
building,
and then
chaos erupted.
What happened?
What happened?
The storyline, the first tower
First
hit
tower
North
hit
Tower,
North Tower,
and then
you know
he was trying
he
to
was trying to
escape,
escape, and that happened.
He eventually collapsed down. So
That would be.
did the building shake? I'm pretty sure it had said something in there. The building heart started shaking first, like real uncontrollably, and then it just stayed.
That was y'all like one of the things I wanted to talk about was this was y'all in this situation. Like you decide, not jumping, you gonna try and get out the real way. Like what are you gonna do on the way down? Like what are you gonna try to do? Would you grab on to something? Would you just
I mean,
There's nothing you really can do in that situation.
Yeah,
It's
you-
like,
you can't
pray.
Because there's nothing you can grab onto. Everything falling with you. There's nothing you can really grab onto, like, cause like, shit, you shoot. I mean, if everything's falling around you and you boot like, that's crazy to think about. His feet carried from under him, bro.
Yeah.
Like he went from walking downstairs to just a free fall.
yeah.
He could remember though. He said he did black out though too. Like he was conscious at first, but then he said he did black out. And it was like some spiritual stuff going on. Like God was in his presence, and then he woke up and like he was being rescued by the firefighters. And stuff.
Yeah, so he woke up like I don't know.
That gotta be surreal. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think like, well, this obviously is like a miracle, but like, do you think like any science played into this or like?
I mean, I could see that because like, if like you said, 110-story building just
Bro,
collapsed from
it's
the
not even that.
inside.
Like, I know, like, the physics and the odds are crazy, but like, I'm talking about like the jet fuel. Like, how are you not burning alive? Like, you know, like,
Well, he wasn't at the impact point. He was like on the 42nd floor. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like
But then like the jet fuel, it started flowing down.
it did.
That was through the
down.
elevator shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the shaft. So that made the elevators like, you know, they couldn't use those to get down. But then, I mean,
Imagine being trapped in an elevator with hot jet fuel oil just melting the whole elevator.
yeah, that's crazy.
I think whether it's like we think it's like science or faith or whatever it may be, like the truth, like the reality is like he rolled down a collapsing skyscraper and lived. Like that's like warrior level survival.
Yeah.
That's a short testimony. So I mean, that's a miracle. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a bunch of people that can use science to back it up. But like, I'm more of a faith-based person, so it's just like I believe in miracles and like, you know, God is with him probably. And, you know, he just had a kid and his wife at home, so maybe it wasn't his time to like, you know, go home to the Lord. So
Yeah, he said to himself he's doing something spiritual.
yeah.
Maybe it just wasn't his time that day.
What y'all think happened after? Like what you think happened after?
Like after it fell.
Yeah, like the aftermath.
That's a great question. I mean,
That probably was nothing. He don't got cancer. Like, you got to think about the fallout. Like everybody was running that was near the buildings when they collapsed. Like it was smoke everywhere, debris everywhere, like ash. Like, and he lived through that too. You got to think about that. It ain't just clear out when the building fell. Like it was, you couldn't see nothing for a while. So it's like,
It was a section of a documentary we watched that we found. And it was like he only fractured like he only suffered like it was a broken leg or like a foot fracture or something. And he had like bruises and stuff, but like emotionally, like he said he had like survival guilt, like you know, like
I mean, he had lost all his friends that day.
yeah, his coworkers gone.
yeah, like he watched all of it die basically.
Yeah.
I got a question, like, if y'all was put in that situation, like, what are y'all doing? Like, building collapse?
You mean like
All the way
after,
down?
and you the only person to survive?
No, like, when you're going down. Like,
I probably would have had a heart attack on the way down. Like,
Me, cause I didn't answer this question. Me, and if I'm still like conscious, I'd probably like ball up and cover my head or something. But like realistically though, like you just have to get lucky, like because we watched like the video of like the building actually collapsing and like it didn't like fall over and like it like closed in like down on itself. So like everything literally fell on top of you.
Yeah, bro. Cause that's crazy. Especially not. He wasn't trying to show off. Like, can you imagine? But let's say you went through that, right? And then having a whole bunch of reporters and stuff in your face trying to ask about what happened, like,
yeah, that's what I was wanting.
and you got to break down all the details of how you felt, what you went through, and just the horror of that whole situation. But hey, I'm glad he's all right.
So what do we take from like this story? Like he literally like surfed death like on the way down.
He beat that. Yeah, he cheated it. He did cheat it. So
I mean, it's about resilience, bro. What humans can survive physically and emotionally, it's a lot. You would think that after him going through that,
he would probably give up.
yeah, but he still living his life, bro.
Yeah.
Fought through, keep going.
Any closing thoughts before we get done?
What you think, Wayne?
yeah, I think the same thing. Like, I just feel like it's aftermath. Like, I feel like to this day he's still probably suffering from it. Like, I think it's like just really God that he didn't survive and like get out of that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's all. Thanks for tuning in with us. Stay strong. Keep surviving. We out. Peace.
Peace out.
Hello. So, as you know, I wasn't present during class, and I was unable to record with my group. But still not gonna let it stop me, and I'm, here to talk a little bit about Pasquale Buzzelli, also known as the 9/11 surfer. So, As my group members mentioned before, during the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Pasquale rode a blizzard of falling debris, in his own words, from the 22nd floor stairwell, and actually ended up surviving to tell his story. And Buzelli's survival, provides this hopeful story and a little bit of hope during one of America's darkest times, and but Buzelli was actually a structural engineer who worked for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey during 9/11, and he was actually in the North Tower, World Trade Center 1, whenever the building was hit by American Airlines Flight 11. Buzelli began evacuating and made it around the 22nd floor when the tower completely collapsed, and he survived the collapse. Actually, believed to have ridden down part of the falling building as it imploded. So he basically, as I said, surfed down through the debris. But the funny thing about this is he doesn't remember most of it. And as the tower came down, he lost consciousness. But whenever he woke up on a concrete slab around the 6th floor, and later was found by firefighters. One of the very few people who actually survived the actual collapse of the Twin Towers, which is pretty cool in my opinion. After a recent interview with Joe Budden, Buzelli commented that he was grateful to God and that he was changed and completely altered after the event. He had almost, I believe it's called survivor's guilt, where you have intense feelings of guilt and anxiety and about the people who perished around you. Because, you could have easily perished during the same thing. And that was the main thing that happened, to be honest, was the survivor syndrome. And he says he still has dreams and symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, which, still affect him to this day. But he says he tries to just move on and, make each day what he can. But that's a little bit about it, and a little bit of the summary that, I felt needed to be covered again. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.